Hello, my loves. Hope you're doing well. I myself am still processing some of what happened yesterday in the energies. For those of you who didn't see, I recorded a session for restoring the internal union in the heart space, and I did a session. I'm just checking to make sure I didn't mute my mic. I muted my mic after like the first minute. And very shortly, I found this out. So I went and recorded another one, but it was a deep integration of the first energies. So the really beautiful thing is it was really like two sessions for one, because what had been embodied in the first session was wrapped into the second session, and it really embodied in a very safe, stable, loving way. That was kind of cool the way the energies came in, where there was so much of clearing out of what was and that restoration back to the true energy, the true timeline, the deepest direct connection to source and the cosmic womb, in really, really lots of safe, loving energies for any of you who have connected with it. It was very deep. In fact, even after it was done recording, like through the night, I woke up a few times. There was quite a bit processing. And it's really always so beautiful how these energies intersect, not only with the work that we do here on Harmonious Hearts with the counterpart energies, but how that syncs up so closely and directly with the planetary ascension energies. We're going through this massive shift, and what we're witnessing and what's occurring is a big collapse of the chaotic timelines. And so, for those of you who felt resonant with getting that session, you may find that that really supports you in that process, because again, it was really connecting with the clear, direct, true energies and letting everything else fall away at a very large scale. Now, of course, I know we're always working on these energies, but also sometimes there's only so much available to us at any given moment. And with all the current shifts and openings and downloads that have been occurring, we collectively are in the process again of a massive leap. And so it's interesting, the glitches that happened. There was multiple glitches that happened last night with that recording. And then even once I finally grounded the new one, there was a few more glitches on my website, on Patreon, on Zoom. So it was very fascinating who watch the energies and the technology orienting to the true energy. In that session, this gorgeous golden liquid honey light came in. And one of my favorite parts is these beautiful pink hearted love stem cells that came in to work on all the reparations where our universe was infiltrated, where our planet was infiltrated, where humanity was infiltrated, where we fell and were felt to separate from our highest power, from our own direct connection to source, from ourselves, from our counterpart, from our soul family. However, this hits for you, we're, the reason we have so much that we're working through is because over all of the generations, we felt farther and farther away from our true energy. But as we're unburying ourselves by facing the shadows, we are restoring closer and closer to our true energy, which is also allowing us to drop in not only into the true, our own direct connection, our sovereignty, our stream, our energy, getting to know ourselves and who we actually are as human beings and our potential, but then also everything that we have learned and become through this fallen process. There's a lot of wisdom that has also been gained to help negate and clear out the suffering and the trauma. Now, obviously, I know we are still witnessing a lot more than I wish we were on our planet. But again, as all of you know through your own circumstances, when you go through a death to rebirth, a dark night of the soul, it does not look pretty to start with. Okay. You guys have that awareness, you have that experience. And now what we're witnessing is where this is occurring for the planet, the overarching collective, which is why some of you may feel like you're very deeply cloaked, or maybe you're not realizing you're cloaked. You think that the world isn't reflecting back to you what you have been learning yet. But this is because you're the runners, my love. You're the ones who are building the new templates, and it's going to take a little time for more of the collective to catch up. So, what I would really encourage you to do is to find the reflections that are showing up, whether it is someone you connect with on YouTube or across the world or anywhere, right? The thing is that we are finding each other. And yes, we may be scattered all over the planet more directly than all concentrated in one place, but that is by design because that allows us to have the biggest um, impact just by being present where we are and doing the work that we're doing. You're being cloaked to protect you, to keep you centered, to keep you stable, to keep you aligned as that chaotic energy, the chaotic timelines collapse. So if you're feeling these energies physically, you're witnessing them in the dimensions or you're seeing them in the world around you. Again, this is where you want to center back to yourself. Remember what you have been learning for yourself and apply that to your experiences. Your being alone, your being cloaked is not a punishment, my loves. It is protection. It's caring for you. Your standards are protecting you. And people will start to come in when they're ready to respect you and meet you in the ways that you're deserving and that you're holding for yourself, just like I spoke about yesterday. I know that it can feel weird or lonely, or even having that tendency to think that you have done something wrong. That's the energies that it's time to unravel. Okay. Your experiences aren't going to look normal. I would just really work with unraveling, comparing yourself to what the rest of the world is doing, because you're in a process that's helping to transmute that. So, your timeline, your relationships, your life, your manifestations are not going to happen the same way. And I'm going to tell you also that that is also a gift because you're not creating from a surface level like a majority of the world that's building in that momentum of that small bandwidth of what they've always known, doing what they're told, fitting and checking off the boxes. You're building something new. Yes, you may want elements of that. You may want a home, a family, a career, whatever it is. It's all okay, but it's not landing for you in the same way because the true foundation for what you actually deserve is just not ready yet. And I want you to ask yourself, do you want to build on another faulty foundation? Do you want someone or people to come in when they're not ready to reflect what you deserve back to you? Wouldn't you rather just stay centered in your peace and processing whatever is in front of you? It's it's really this deeper understanding that if it was available, my loves, it would be present for you. And in the meantime, what you're doing is continuing to deepen getting to know yourself, strengthening your capacity, your embodiment, and your muscle, dreaming about those things that you want to experience, and then deepening, becoming the version of you that is ready to meet and receive those. Okay. It's not because you haven't done good enough, my loves. It's because it's not ready. It's not baked. It's still in the oven. You wouldn't want to pull the cake out while it's still half mush, would you? I mean, you could, but it's not going to taste very good. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to go out and pick the fruit in the garden before it's ripe. Then you put all that effort in and now you can't even eat it. You see what I mean? We are waiting until the energy is actually ready, but you're not waiting because you're lazy or because you're attached to a specific thing. You're just waiting for the perfect conditions, okay? Because you're no longer settling for the same old shenanigans. Shenanigans, I like to say. You know what I mean? Have the good type of shenanigans, have fun, find ways to have fun, be playful, add more joy in wherever and however you can. Do the things that you enjoy for yourself or try new things. It doesn't mean you have to commit to them, but you can certainly open up to try new things and see where it leads you. Maybe you will discover hidden talents or gifts or things that you enjoy that you didn't even know you were going to enjoy because now you have the space to get to know yourself. Okay. And view this as your time to be more deeply in the eye of the storm versus in the tornado. You've most likely, if you're here listening to me, you've probably already walked your tornado, or at least a good part of it, right? Or you have enough of your own chaotic energy that you're finishing up and completing out. Focus on that. You don't need to go jump into everyone else's. That's what we're done with, right? We're coming back to center. We're getting our aspects back. We're getting our energy back from all of those other timelines, concentrating in the present and focusing our energy in the present moment to build that power and life force and momentum. And that might seem like it's boring, but when you really think about power that you're harnessing, that you're building, you actually realize how lucky you are to actually have this awareness and knowledge. And yes, it looks different than what everybody else is doing, but mostly everybody else doesn't have the wisdom that you've been gaining. And so there's going to come a point down the road, believe it or not, where the same people might feel like they're ahead of you, they may be the very ones knocking on your door asking you, what have you been doing? I would like to learn that. Okay, my loves, hold steady. Our job is to hold steady, to keep deepening self love, internal union, finding your stability, and literally cherishing the experiences and the connections that you do have in your life that are even a momentary reflection of the work that you have been doing and the version of you that you have become. Because you're literally birthing something from nothing, from the ashes. And so every little thing is powerful and important. And when you acknowledge it, when you appreciate it, you actually breathe life into it and you start to attract more in. But if it's not coming right away, that's okay. Remember, source, spirit, the divine energy works in its own time, not on the clock that humanity has set. Okay? So you're all good. There's a lot going on. Take care of yourself, rest, center, stay in the eye of that storm as much as possible. Call your energy home to your body. If you would like to work with that session, the restoring the inner union of the heart, where we more deeply went into the inner feminine and masculine, again, all the way back to the core rip, the core separation. And there was also a portion towards the end where, if it felt aligned for each individual to invite the counterpart, there was also a space to reharmonize that energy back to the true energies and into the new in the true. All right, my loves. So if you want something to do, I'm here. You're welcome to participate in the things that I share if it resonates. And just keep holding steady with yourself and with the energies, because your stability, your steadiness may be the exact purpose that the world is needing from you right now. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave it there. I'm sending you so much love. I will put that session in the pinned comments, and I will put all my other information there. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day and weekend. And whenever you find this, again, I'm sending you so much love. Take care. Peace.